Minasan konnichiwa and welcome to Shogo's podcast. So guys, today is going to be quite a short story, I believe, because it's something I just want to quickly report to you guys. You might have seen my YouTube post already, but I also wanted to explain a little bit about in detail here. So I'm going to be saying it again. I actually am now doing the English subtitles, doing a translation of the English subtitles of Kaminaga-san's shakuhachi video series. Thank you so much. So I think I might have talked about this already in my podcast before, but at that time I think it wasn't officially decided that I'll be doing it. But now I've already done the translation for a third, fourth, and fifth video of the series. Basically, Kaminaga-san has his own YouTube channel, and also on his YouTube channel, he's actually has a video series called the Road to a Shakuhachi Master. So he basically explains about all of the knowledge and experience he has about actual techniques or being on stage and all that kind of stuff as a shakuhachi player. So anyone who is willing to, what should I say, advance themselves or get better at the shakuhachi, or eventually maybe even become a shakuhachi master, there's actually a license basically that you can obtain for a shakuhachi master. So if that's one of your dreams in the future, it's going to be a very useful and informative video series. And I'm really sorry my daughters are screaming and yelling downstairs, so please don't mind them. So I thought it was a great idea. I was watching it already before I did the translations and such. But as we were discussing about the video collaboration, he asked me if I could do it. And I was like, I would be happy to do it, yeah. And I actually do have a price set for translations from Japanese to English. But I made it much cheaper for Kaminaga-san because it's just a great honor. And also, for me, as a shakuhachi trainee, being able to watch the video, the content over and over many times is just really good for my training, right? And also, I promised him that whenever I actually do the translations, I'll be happy to share it on YouTube stories or Instagram and so on and so forth. So yeah, this is how it worked out. The thing though is, if you have the time, I believe you guys are all busy, but if you have the time, I want you to check out on the first video and the second video of the series, by the way. Right now, at the point of recording, the video series is to number 5. But if you take a look at the first and second one, it was translated by someone else, I believe, and it's very interesting to look at. So I hope you can take a look at it. This is you'll be able to understand that this is what happens when you ask a Japanese person to do translation. I think I might actually offer Kaminaga-san, maybe if I have the time. I don't know when I'll actually do have the time, but if I ever do, I might actually offer Kaminaga-san the translation of the first and second video. He doesn't have to pay me, so because for the third video I've been doing it and I enjoyed it a lot, so it would be great if I could do the first and second video eventually in the future too, but we'll see how that goes. It's really interesting, so I hope you can check it out for me. Now, I believe that the shakuhachi, it's really a very difficult instrument. It's a bamboo flute, very simple with just 5 holes, and because of its simplicity, it's very difficult to play. And because I recently have been posting quite a lot of stories or live streams and some posts about the shakuhachi, some people are telling me that they are really interested in playing it. However, they hardly have any classes, places where they can learn it. And I completely understand. The people who I know who are not Japanese but are very good at the shakuhachi or are professionals are people who came to Japan to study under a proper master, who has license and such, or has a very long decades of experience. And it's very difficult to try to find a shakuhachi class or a sensei outside of Japan. Of course, there are some senseis and masters, but very few. Like compared to Iaido or the katana skills, I think they are a lot of dojos outside of Japan. I know a lot of friends who are training in, for example, Southeast Asia, in the US, in Europe, and so on and so forth. But the shakuhachi, I've hardly heard of people telling me that I studied the shakuhachi in this country or in this nation, so on and so forth. So I really hope that this video series will be useful for everyone. Well, first of all, the content is amazing. Of course, it was made by Kaminaga-san, but my English subtitles that I created, I really hope it'll be useful for more people to get to know more about the shakuhachi and how to enjoy it. And also, in probably 1 or 2 years, I'll be able to get the semi-instructor license. So basically, there's the semi-instructor and also the instructor. So semi-master, master license, there's 2 different levels. And once you get the semi-master, you are privileged to teach if your sensei, if your master gives you a privilege to do it. If you're permission to do it, you will be able to teach. So right now, as I've been explaining many times, I am thinking of starting my own Patreon page to start teaching the skills that I know. And of course, I will start from doing the katana first, but eventually once I get the semi-instructor or semi-master, whichever, yeah, I think I'm gonna start doing online lessons for the shakuhachi as well. It'd be a lot of fun. I really do have to try to look for the time to do it, because I eventually will have to do the Japanese instructor, which is the Japanese lessons as a Japanese instructor too, right? And that would be 3 things I'm going to be teaching during the week. So I have to find like an hour each of 3 days. So like if you want to take all 3 lessons from me, like katana, shakuhachi, and also the Japanese lessons, you'll be able to like take a lot of lessons. You could just take two or just take 1, so on and so forth. But I'm thinking of doing that. And I originally said I'll hope to do private lessons, right? But I think private lessons is going to be really, really difficult. I really don't have that much time to be able to do just one-on-one. So I'm going to have to, exclude a lot of people if I do that. So I think that's a little bit too sad. So I think I'll be doing group lessons, unfortunately. Or if I do private lessons, it's going to be really, really expensive. So I don't think that's beneficial for anyone. So I think I'm going to be doing group lessons just to start off with, to get used to it, first of all, the system. And so the shakuhachi, the Japanese lessons, it's going to be taking a while for me to get started. But the katana, I'm still recording this in November 2022. So the katana lessons, I'm pretty sure I'll be starting from this year already. So I hope you can look forward to that. I'm very, very excited. My hands are starting to hurt a little bit from the coldness because of my Raynaud's syndrome. But I think I'll still be able to, still teach the basics and such. So I hope you can look forward to that. I think I'll be separating the classes by levels and say that this week we're going to be doing this level lessons, this week we're going to be doing this level lessons, and so on and so forth. So I hope you can look forward to it. Anyways, in conclusion, today's story is please do check out Kaminaga-san's new shakuhachi lesson videos. I am doing the English subtitles, so you'll be able to understand what the content is about. So then everyone, as I always say, the ultimate goal of my life is to make all Japan lovers' dreams come true. So I know there's a lot of people studying Japanese willing to come to Japan to study, travel, work, or even trade on traditional culture and such. However, I am very afraid that Japan will not be able to make everyone's dreams come true in the future because we're facing a lot of social problems, we are losing our traditional culture, and the younger generations who are supposed to be carrying on the good things about Japan are dying because of all the social issues being shoved against them. So I really want to dedicate my life trying to make Japan a better place. I want to try to solve the social problems, preserve and evolve traditional culture, and also help out the younger generations so they can have a brighter future. And to do this, the nearest goal I have right now is to buy my very first bamboo shakuhachi, to do more collaboration videos with Kaminaga-san to spread the wonderful world of Japanese traditional music through Ko-fi. It's like a Patreon page. It's a donation platform. You can check it out through the description box, and also through the description box you can check out my merchandise page where we are selling the limited edition merchandise until the end of 2022. So I hope you can check these 2 things out for me. And again, thank you so much for your time. The day that I'm going to be collaborating with Kaminaga-san is coming closer and closer. I am very nervous, to be honest. The shakuhachi is a very difficult instrument. If you're too nervous, it does really directly reflect your feelings, So I'll try to be as calm as possible and not try to, work out myself too much. Try to stay calm, do relax. I know I can't do it perfectly. I'm not a professional yet, and so on and so forth. And I'll try to do it as calm as possible. Okay, thanks so much for listening. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.